Okay, I'm going to try to video this for anyone who needs it. I'm going to use a number 1 to start with. I already started on this side. So make sure you're going against the grain of the hair. You don't need to press too hard. Some of his hairs grow this way, so I want to make sure I go this way. And make sure you're moving away any of these long hairs so you're not cutting them. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to raise it to a half, and I'm just going to do a little bit of the edge if you have a half. The little hinge on the edge makes it go up halfway. Okay. Taking off my clipper. Now I'm going to do a 2. Snap that on. Make sure you push the lever so that it's close again. This is the lever I was talking about. Look real quick. So I'm doing it about ½ inch up from that. So all of this is uncut still. Here's the fade. So this is the side that he's going to part it on. Now he has a really big cowlick right here. So right here, so we tend to cut this short as well since it sticks straight up. Okay, I have my scissors. Make sure that's combed over. I'm going to cut these little hairs. So now I'm just blending it. If you want, you can just be done until you can see a professional. Or you can take the comb, pull the hair out, and cut it. But see, here's the long hairs. I want to leave that long. What's it stuck on? Oh. So right now this side is a little more faded on purpose. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom anymore. Okay, now I'm going to do this side. So he tends to have this bit that sticks out, so I'm going to comb all these long hairs forward. Let me blend these ones right underneath. Put your arm under. Put your arm under. And then I'm just going to basically take these off so it's not sticking out quite as much. So those cowlicks, you can grow long, or you almost just need to cut them short where they don't make a difference. So you either need to grow them long enough that they can lay flatter, or like I said, keep them close and neat so it just looks like it's going with the flow of the hair. I prefer cutting with dry hair because then you can see how it's laying. Okay, now Here's his front. His front's already cut. I'm going to blend it a little bit, but I'm going to show you, if you have bangs, how you can cut your bangs. Actually, Isaac, can you hold this so it's nice and close? Okay, so if you have bangs, what you want to do is hold it up. Section it off. You want to do it into a triangle section if he had long hair over here. You would take this, and I usually would hold my fingers right at the brow, at the eyebrows, and then point cut in. But because he doesn't need it cut, I'm not going to cut it. Then you would take the next section, and like I said, you want it to be a triangle section. So say he was a girl and then he wants it to be face framing. You take the center, right like that. You would cut like this. Now if you're trying to get it a little bit piecier, like a little kid front, then you lift it and you cut into it like this. And cut it off. Because then when you put it down, it's not going to be a heavy line. Then, if you are doing this at home bangs, you would cut it, pull it over, cut down in a straight line, pull it over, and wherever that starting point is, don't cut that any shorter, that's the center, and then you would cut down. And that would give you that face frame. Okay, now let me finish this haircut. So he wants it angled over. So I'm taking off that edge, pulling it up, taking off that edge so that it flows shortest to longest. And I'm just making sure this blends. He doesn't want it any shorter, so I'm just a little bit blending it in. All right, and take your little clippers. Try not to get too high around the ear and get all these little fuzzy wuzzies. I personally like to go around with my thinning shears and just soften that line just a little bit in case there's any marks. Or if they have really dark hair, his isn't too bad, but anyone who has kids with dark hair, then you just want to take those thinning shears right around the edge. You don't have to do this. And then I'm going to do just a little bit in here so he has a little bit of the pieciness. This is a gel that I really like. A little bit. I'll show you in a second. All right. Let me take the camera around so you can see. So he has a little bit of bedhead. It's hard to see. So it's a little bit squished down here. Oops, it's a little bit squished down here. And then that's also where he has a little bit more hair. So it's starting to darken up. Now the camera's backwards. He looks so happy.